ちょっと調べたいの多いな。でもやっぱ妊娠気になる。妊娠してんのこの人。多い。13個もクリップがある。
I got pregnant.
ほうほう。サイ
Both
モン
our
との子供
parents had a big powwow. We weren't even in the room.
まあ
We
そら
decided
そう
we
だ
should get
わ。
married.
あこれは前の話ってことだよね。結婚記念日にだってエリックから時計もらってるんでしょ。ちょっと待って。そうだよね。これだっけ？
He was wearing a shirt, a blue turtleneck shirt and jeans. He has a watch. It's a really nice one. That was a gift from his boss, Eric.
ほうほう。
He had his coat.
あ、これじゃない
A
わ。
long grey duffel coat, like Paddington Bear. He would have taken that with him. It's not in the house.
これじゃないわ。もう一つの方だ。
Yeah, that's Simon's watch. It was a gift from Eric. He got it this year. It was a wedding anniversary gift.
やっぱり結婚記念日ってことは、
It
妊
would
娠
have been
した
Diana who
後、
chose it. She
結
has
婚し
really
て、
nice taste.
その時の記念にもらったんだ
That
きっと。
time. You must eliminate me. I was in Glasgow then.
なるほどね。まあもう一つもちょっと気になるけど、まずは妊娠を全部見よう。
No. I lost the baby.
え
I had a miscarriage.
流産したの。
We carried on living at Simon's parents until, well, it was only a few months after.
なるほど。じゃあこの妊娠の話はだいぶ前なんだ。ってことはグラスゴーの時はいつの話してんだ？あれわかんなくなってきた。また別の妊娠の話？
Yes. I inherited it from my parents, so it made sense to move back. Me and Simon. Felt like going back to old ways before the pregnancy. Reminded me of being a girl, a dollhouse in the attic, old things. We didn't sleep in my parents' bedroom for a long time. We decorated it as soon as we moved in, but it was another year before we started sleeping there.
お子さんを流産して、その後引っ越して。
Yes, I'm fine. I won't be sick again. This happens some days. I'm pregnant.
で
This morning sickness.
第二子妊娠ってこと？ 6月27日だよね、これ。だから多分第二子を妊娠してるんだ。証言が本当なら。
Well, yes. He found out on my birthday. I told him I was pregnant.
はいはいはい。なるほどね。でも13個もクリップある。これも結構品質キーワードなんだ。タクシーは衝突したって言ってた。6月30日。
A police station. Yeah. When I was young, we ran away on my birthday. Bob Dylan was playing in London and we thought we could break into his tour bus and have him take us with him. The taxi driver we paid to drop us off, I mean, we'd saved money, pinched a bit here and there to pay for the fare. He was suspicious because we were so young, so he told the police. So they came and picked us up and took me back to Portsmouth. My mum picked me up from the station. But I blamed everything on my friend Eve. so my parents let me know.
結構ひどいことしてるな。イブってのは幼馴染かなんかかな。まああんまり関係なさそうではあるけど、若い頃家出して警察のお世話になっていたと。
It's like I told you before. I drove. I took the car and drove. I don't have my own car, but I have a spare set of keys. I just drove north. I wanted to think, put some space between me
これ
and
いつの
them.
話だ？
Everything I told you before is true. I stopped at Glasgow. I
Oh,
was tired,
hi.
exhausted. I pulled out and I hit a car. My car was okay, but I was worried about the baby, so I went to A&E to get the okay. Everything was fine. Slept in the car. When I woke, I tried to call Hannah from the
Hannah?
telephone. She wasn't answering. And then I decided to drive back. I had decided that she was more important to me than Simon.
え、ちょっと待って、もう一回聞いていい？
It's like I told you before. I drove. I took the car and drove. I don't have my own car, but I have a spare set of keys. I just drove north. I wanted to think, put some space
うん、
between
やっ
me
ぱり
and
これ金
them.
曜の夜サイモンと口論した後の話っぽいよね。
I stopped at Glasgow. I was tired, exhausted. I pulled out and I hit a car.
言っ
My
てる
car
こ
was
とは
okay,
前
but I
の
was
証
worried
言と
about the
全く
baby, so I
同じ
went
だ
to
ったよ
A&E
ね。
to get the okay. Everything was fine. Slept in the car. When I woke, I tried to
こ
call
の
Hannah
花
from
さんっ
the
て人が
payphone. She wasn't answering. And then I decided to drive back.
新しい登場人物ではあるけど。
I had decided that she was more important to me than Simon.
でも一応関係なさそうなイブさんから当たってみる？あれ結構ある。え、この人幼馴染でしょ多分。
Well,
あ、今でもこういう関係あるん
she
だ。
was a friend from when I was a kid. And she was always more popular with the boys, and I used to hate her for it. I mean, really hate her sometimes.
まあ家出の責任を押し付けるぐらいだからね。
Yes. We'd fight. We fought on the beach once, and I held Eve's head underwater.
結構な人だなこの人
There
も。
was no one else around. It was at the far end of the beach, and I held her head under, and I kept it under. And for a moment, I just wanted to kill her and watch her drown. But that was it. It was just a moment. We made up after. It was a love-hate relationship.
ちょっと待って、やっててもおかしくないぞこの人は。なんか酔いつぶれたみたいになってるな。ああ、花さんって人がそんな大事なの？
What are you doing talking about Eve?
「だいぶイラついてるように見えるな。 なるほど、警察がいないところの映像も撮ってるんだ。まあそりゃそうか。ってことはなんかなぜイブのことなんて話すのって言ってたのは、花が警察にこの女性について聞かれた時にイブって友達が昔いたんですよみたいな話をしたってことかな。
My mother called me Eve.
はちょっと待って待って待って。え
My mother called me Eve.
ちょっと全然話が変わってくるんだけど。別にこの人二重人格とかいうわけではないんだよね。母は女性をイブと呼んだ。なんでまあ、じゃあ、一応、花についても調べてみようか。結構、多そうだけどね。やっぱ19個もクリップがある。かなり多いわ。
My name is Hannah. Hannah. It's palindrome. It reads the same backwards as forwards. It doesn't work from here, though. It's not quite symmetrical, but well, I mean, you get the idea. Sorry. Hannah Smith. I live at 31 Gladstone Street.
ちょっと待って。
My name is Hannah. Hannah.
いや、My name is Hannah って言ってる。
It reads the same backwards as forwards. It doesn't work from here, though. It's not quite symmetrical, but well, I mean, you get the idea. Sorry. Hannah Smith. I live at 31 Gladstone Street.
グラッドンストリートに住んでるのはいいんだけどちょっと待って、全然わかんなくなってきた。同じ人と思ってるだけで実は2人いるのかこれ。まあちょっとグラッドンストリートはあれ、ちょっと待って、私なんか間違えてる。違います。コピペした方が安全だな。
My name is Hannah. Hannah. It's palindrome. It reads the same backwards as forwards. It doesn't work from here, though. It's not quite symmetrical, but well, I mean, you get the idea. Sorry. Hannah Smith. I live at 31 Gladstone Street.
グラッドストーン全然違うわ。グラッドストーンね。ごめん、全然違った。グラッドストーン。グラッドストーン。ここだけか。まあじゃあ、あんまり住所は関係ないんだな。じゃあまた花について調べてみましょうか。
Yes. My name is Hannah Smith.
なんか嘘発見器みたいなのつけられてる。
Sorry.
は？何が閉まったの？
Yes. My name is Hannah Smith. Oh, shit. Sorry.
ちょっとなんかこの女の人のこと何も信用できなくなっていたんだけど。あなた誰なの？
Across the road, where my parents first lived there, was a midwife called Florence. When Hannah was born, I was born at the same time. The midwife was there to help. I'd been throttled by the cord, probably wrapped around my neck by Hannah. The midwife told my mother I was dead. But I wasn't. She wrote all this stuff in a diary. Amazing what people will admit to on paper.
ない怖いんだけど。今のはあれかな。この私が映ってんのかな。私っていうのはあれね。今このデータベースを検索してる人がこう画面に反射して映ったっていうことなのかな。花のふりをしてるのか。なあ、花のふりをしてるとしか考えづらくない？双子かなんかで。
She recognized me from the window. She told me to come inside, and she hid me. They had made the attic into a place where Hannah could play. There was a dollhouse. She hid me up there. No one else ever went into the attic. It was her place.
これだってさ、なんか両親のうちに人形の家とかがあったって言ってなかった？なんか途中で人が入れ替わってんのか？私があんまり気づかないだけで。わかんなくなってきたんだけど。ちょっと待って。免許でも検索してみるか。
Difference is, she's a better driver than me. She passed the test for us. I tried to take it and nearly crashed the car. Learned that you can't rely on confidence to get you through everything. She is the shy one. She was especially shy around boys. If Hannah liked a boy, I would have to pursue him. It was that way with Carl.
Carl!
Hannah met him first. She had such a crush. I let him take my virginity after a night that his band had played at. It got difficult. When I was with Carl, we would have sex, but Hannah couldn't let him see she was a virgin. She had lots of excuses. After a while, we decided that I should take Hannah's virginity. It's not that different to a bruise, pulling a tooth, a graze. We used a hairbrush. After that, we took it in turns, though. I was always the one who seduced the boys.
やっぱそういうことなんだ。入れ替わってるんだ。
Until Simon.
なになんで警察の音が聞こえるの？つまりこの女の人は花っていう双子の妹かお姉さんがいて、で入れ替わりながら生活をしてて、でだからこの女の人は多分イブなんだ、花じゃなくて。ほんでまあ妊娠してるのはイブの方ってことだよね、多分。まあカールって名前が出てきたから一応検索してみる？結構あるな。あ、でもぴったり5個だ。
Was he my first? No need to be so coy. No, he wasn't my first. That would have been Carl. He was a local boy in a band.
地元のバンドメンバー。
He was a bit of a shit. But he was sexy.
こんなあざあった。
We were 15.
あ、男の人だな。でも多分検索してるの。あ、でもあるね、同じようなあざが。あざっていうか入れ墨かなこれ。
No, I was 15. Carl was older. 17, I think. I was really into him, regardless of how he actually behaved. Lots of drunken teenage sex.
ティーンエイジャーでしょ。
Once.
はあ、なんちゅうことをするんだ。
So he got tired of us and we split up after about 6 months. It was sad, but those early experiences, they help you realise who's really important to you, you know? Family.
ほう。
Family. So, Carl fucked off, and then there were other boys here and there, and then Simon.
なるほどね。
Hannah was so smitten with Simon. She started getting jealous, didn't want to share. Even the first date, we went to see Tom Cruise at the Old Odeon. We both went, kept changing places in the toilet.
はあ、なんか変
We
な
only
こと
had
してる
one
な、
best
この
dress, so we
人。
had to keep swapping clothes. Must have thought we had terrible bladder problems. The next date, it was my turn. At the end, I let him kiss me, but that was it. We didn't want another card on our hands, and the Ouija board had said to hold back. After that, it was Hannah's turn, and she slept with him. Broke the rules. Deliberately broke the rules. She wanted to be the first to sleep with him. I mean, that's when she got pregnant. From that one time.
あ、でもその子が流産したんだ。多分。時系列的にはきっとそうだよね。花が一番最初に妊娠して、これ複雑だな。花が最初に妊娠して、で、流産して引っ越した後、イブの方が多分妊娠したんだ。これはこれは次何検索すればいいんだ？あ、フローレンスっていう助産師の人の話が出てたね。いやでもこれは関係ないんじゃないか？結構ある。
Florence took me home with her. Mother hadn't been expecting twins and had a healthy
ああ、
baby.
別々に育てられたの
I
も
guess
し
she
か
was
し
just
て。
happy for Florence to clean up. Take away the evidence that this was anything but a happy occasion.
本当は亡くなってなかったんだよね、だって。
Florence raised me in her home. I never left it. She kept me out of sight. It wasn't odd for people to see a midwife with a baby, carrying in supplies, washing nappies, that sort of thing.
まあまあ、そらそうだわな。仕事かと思うもんね。
I grew up looking out of my window and seeing her across the road. I thought it was like a reflection in the mirror. She was me.
なんか怖くなってきたな。
Florence was a warm, kind person. But she was broken, I guess. When I found her diary, I also found a biscuit tin with other stuff in it. Older papers, letters, that kind of thing. Her story wasn't there.
彼女の過去。
I never really spoke to her about it. I was far too young to really understand. I guess I just put it together later, once I was older. She had loved children, planned to have a large family, but her husband died in the war.
はあ、なるほど。
And that was back when you married for life. She never felt like she could marry again. Isn't that strange? She was a widow from her 20s. But, I mean, I guess it was different then.
いやでも
You married for life and she felt she could never marry again. I guess it was harder, a war widow. One of the dead. I don't know, maybe there was more to it than that. I don't really know.
いやでもですよ、仮にフローレンスが死んだと誤信したイブを引き取ったとして、そんないつまでも育てられるもんじゃなくない？いつ出会ったんだろうね、イブと花は。
No. It was just me and her. Eve was the name they were going to call their first child. They talked about it and were going to try when he came back. Florence's family had a history of firstborn girls, so they were convinced it was going to be a girl. It's hard to know if this is all true. These are stories I remember that I read when I was a child.
日記を読んだってことかな。
Maybe I misunderstood. Sometimes it's hard to remember what happened last week.
これはでもそろそろ同時検索しないといけなくなるんじゃないかな。ちょっとイブとハナで検索してみる？結構多いんじゃないかな。あ、でも2つだけ？
Mum and Dad had never had any reason to notice. They were always busy. If Hannah was eating a lot, they didn't mind.
妊娠の話か
She
な。
wouldn't any weight. That girl has a healthy appetite. If they heard us talking in the attic, they just thought it was Hannah playing one of her games, and that Eve was our imaginary friend. Once, she was already up and dressed and ready to go to school, and I slipped out of the piss. Mum saw me in my underwear, she went mad. Get dressed this instant! So I ducked into our bedroom, and seconds later, out came Hannah, dressed and ready. Mum was amazed.
いや、これなんかさ、二重人格なのか、本当に2人いるのかがいまいちよくわかんないな。ハナとサイモンでも検索してみる？何がこう検索で溢れてたのかもう忘れてしまったな。ハナとサイモン、あ、ちょっと増えたね。9個。これでもまだ9個クリップがある。まあ一応見ていくか。
No. The parents decided there would be a wedding. And after the wedding, Hannah moved in with his parents. There was no way I could follow. So we were separated.
あ、いやでもやっぱ2人いるっぽいけどな。
I stayed in the attic. It was hard. It's like I suddenly didn't exist. I would sneak out, but in case anyone recognized me, I started wearing a wig. Hannah and I would meet up in the park. I was trying to get pregnant. But I couldn't. I mean, I couldn't do it with anyone we knew, so it was sex with strangers. Drunk guys I'd met in clubs.
これは
Parks and alleyways.
ハナが妊娠した後の話だな、多
I
分。
was 17. It felt like I was being punished. But it was Hannah who had betrayed us. I had to stop when one of the guys gave me an STD. When we met up, it was disturbing. For the first time, my reflection, she didn't look like me. She was fatter, flushed. If anything, I was getting skinnier. I found it hard to look sometimes. We talked about what to do. Was it time to become new people? I mean, that seemed like the right thing to do, but neither of us wanted it. We agreed that her and Simon would get their own place as soon as
ハナ
possible.
とサイモンが
and
自
then
分
I
の
could
家を
move
持
in.
ち次第。
And that was the plan.
はあわからない。つまり、ハナが妊娠した時に、一回、まあ入れ替わることなんて当然できないから、妊娠しちゃった後は。入れ替わらなくなったんだけど、そのお子さんが流れてしまった後、サイモンとハナで引っ越して、そこでまた入れ替わり生活が始まったってこと？
Hannah had a miscarriage.
はいはいはい。そ
This
う
was
ら
late
しい
in the
ね。
pregnancy, and
うわー、なるほど。
it left her infertile. Felt like the universe had corrected its course. We were aligned again. But Hannah and Simon were still living with his
この
parents.
人
They were married. Simon had a job at the Glazers.
だいぶ歪んでる感じがする
Given a
な。
full-time position after he left school. And then
やっぱり男性だ。一体誰が検索してんだろう、これ。9個のクリップってことは、これでもまだ絞れないんだ。イブも入れてみる？あ、しまった。これね、検索の、あれ？からで検索してもなんか出てくる。ちょっと待って、検索の履歴があるんだよって見せたかったんだけど。あ、ちゃんと検索件数出てくれるんだ。271個もあんのこのデータベース。ちょっと花サイモンイブでやってみようか。あー、ダメか。あと何があるかな。とりあえずじゃあからで検索してみて。